Okay, guys, we're live.
All right. Hello, everybody. Astoria Mutual Aid here. I'm Evie. Here with Suga Ray.
Peace.
Down at Queensbridge houses celebrating Juneteenth. Suga Ray is a leader here in this community and in all of Queens, all of Western Queens, I would say, not just here in Queensbridge. But you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll talk about what you're doing here today.
Man, I'm just a young brother trying to build community. Like, that's my only goal. My mission is to give all that I can to help build community, to help people get to a place of peace, get to a place of happiness, so that they can live good and they can build good families, good communities, good cities. So that's pretty much like about me, and I do that mainly through art, film, photography. I literally live my life like my life is art, right? So like everything I do is to create a vision or to manifest a vision that I have in my head, a vision that was birthed inside of me from like before I could remember. So I'm an artist, first and foremost, artist, activist, I like to call artivist, right? Artist, activist, educator, but ultimately community builder. Like, I don't like the word leader because there may be some things I do that you shouldn't do, right? So don't follow me. Follow my guidance, follow what I say. Like watch what I do, but also like follow your bliss. But like my bliss, my peace, my happiness may conflict with yours, so follow your bliss, and that's my ultimate goal, is know yourself, know who you are, know what drives you, know what your goals are, know what you need to do to move you closer to that.
So today's Juneteenth.
And today's Juneteenth.
So you could be just, relaxing, but instead you are here. What are you doing here today?
Today, man, we're out here building Queensbridge, right? I'm a supervisor with the Census team, Jacob Reese, New York City Census team. So when they come out, we give out information, talk about the census, how important it is to our community, particularly here in Queensbridge and Western Queens, how important it is that we get counted, because for decades, right, many census past, urban communities have not been counted, so we missed out on funding, we missed out on proper representation. So we're just talking about the census, and I wanted to bring other organizations in, other groups in, to really build the community. So I hit up my peoples from 696 Build Queensbridge, Justice for All Coalition, Astoria Mutual Aid Network, CCD, is Community Capacity Development. So we're going to come out, set up some tables, give us some information, and talk to the community about how we build Queensbridge.
You want to give us a little tutorial on the census?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's go over to the flip chart. All right. So what we got here? School us on the census.
What is the census? Right, the census is, so what I realized is that many people, many elders, I'm 36, many people my age and older don't know what the census is, right? They have never filled out the census, or they've heard about it, but they think that it's for upper class communities, right? Because people in the hood don't really talk about the census. You hear it on commercials, you hear it, you go to other neighborhoods, but in the hood, like maybe only up until 3-4 years ago that I started hearing about the census in Queensbridge. Right, and I was in my 30s, and I heard people in Queensbridge talk about the census. So the census is a complete count, right? It is number one, right? We're gonna do like 3 steps to the census. It is a complete count. My handwriting is.
That's all right. Mine's terrible. That's better than mine.
Right, but they said, I heard that some of the smartest people in the world have terrible handwriting, so that makes me feel good.
And I'm a genius.
Right? Let's talk about it.
I'm a genius then.
It's a complete count of everyone. In the United States of America.
So everyone,
including children.
Yes.
Right? You could be in your mama's womb as of April 1st, 2020, and you should be counted. Because you will come into the world within the next 10 years and you will use services. Right? You will use school services, you use housing services. Right? So everyone, parents should count everyone, even if the child's going to be born in the next couple of months.
I didn't know that. I know babies get counted.
Babies get counted, but like even if you're pregnant on April 1st and you know that in the next couple of months you're going to count that child, because that child is going to be born within that next census term.
Who else?
Right? Seniors, right? Immigrants, right? Documented, undocumented, right? Everyone, literally every single person, whether you're documented or you're not documented, whether you have a criminal record or not, everyone should be counted.
Everybody.
Every single person.
Everybody who is residing here, April 1st, gets counted.
So the other thing, right? Complete count of everyone in the USA, it determines, since it determines city and state budgets, right? It determines the federal government takes data from the census and determines how much money they're going to disperse throughout the country, to different cities, different states, different communities.
What's that money for?
And I think now it might be like upward of close to $800 billion that they're going to disperse over the next 10 years, right? That's a lot of freaking money. And we just hope that it goes to the right place, but in order to help assure that it goes to the right place, we got to get counted. Right, the money is for, it's for everything community. It's for schools, benefits hospitals, benefits senior census, benefits youth programs, benefits roads, transportation, housing, infrastructure. Anything you could think of. The money that's dispersed from the census information, it literally is used to build community and to sustain life. Right?
Yeah.
So it's determined national budget.
So schools, hospitals, infrastructure, transportation,
and
things like SNAP, all that.
Absolutely, things like SNAP, right? But what it also does is there's money that gets dispersed into states or just into organizations, institutions that can be used for like business loans. Right? If you want to open up a new business, a small business, you get business loans, right? Some of that money is determined from data from the census, right? What else?
And I guess besides like funding, right? Why is it also important to get everybody counted?
Representation.
That's right.
Representation in the House of Representatives, right? U.S. Congress. We need more representation. We need more legit representation, not just people to represent us, but people who care. But aside from the caring part, that's something that you can't really control. But we just need enough seats to represent this district, or represent whatever district you're from. And for lack of representation, they do the rezoning, the redistricting, and then I think New York in the last 2010 we lost 2 seats.
We did.
Here in Queens, if I'm not mistaken. New York lost 2 seats in the House of Representatives because of lack of funding. And I think New York State was, maybe 50-something% last year. Now we're still at 50-something%, and I think it's like 10% or something less than the national average. So we got to do better.
And that's really important because if population in red states increases because of the count, and it goes down in places like New York, that means representation is going to shift there.
Absolutely.
And we don't get our adequate representation.
In terms of national
So that's
budget
really important.
and affects government representation.
Yeah. All right, 3 awesome reasons why everyone needs to get counted.
You need to go do it now, right? Like, I spelled it wrong.
It's all right. It's not a spelling test. It's okay.
But go do your census now, right?
And it's been extended, right?
It's been extended. The deadline's October 31st, 2020. So get it done. Like, don't wait until then. The numerators will start coming out. I believe in August they'll start going knocking on your door, but don't wait till you have somebody knock on your door. All right, like do it now. You can do it online. You can do it by phone. If you got the mailer, you can fill it out. Everyone should have already received the mail by now, so you can fill it out, send it in. Fill it out, man. It affects you. Like whether you have children, you have elders in your family, you are a human. Whether you use public transportation, whether you use any resource in your community, just living alone, the census, it benefits you. It cannot hurt you to fill it out. And I do want to point this out. I get people who are skeptical, saying that they're going to use the census information to determine how many black people live in a home, so if the government wants to do anything. And I get it. However, the fact that we have cell phones, the fact that we have bank accounts, the fact that we have leases, if they want to find out where we are, how many of us are in our home, they can find out. So let's get past the fear and the myths, because actually the U.S. Census Bureau cannot use any information that is filled out on the census forms to disperse to any other government institution that's protected by Title 13. Right, that's been put into federal law, into the Constitution, that you cannot share information. Any organization, any entity that does it, right, heavy fines and potential jail time.
So that means immigration doesn't get a hold of your census information. The police doesn't get a hold of your census information. It just stays within the census. It's confidential, cannot be shared. That's really, really important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, get counted, NYC. Go do your census, not now, but right now.
Suga Ray.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll be back later, maybe with an interview with Justice for All.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Awesome. Good job. That was really good.
What do I do?
You turn it on?
No, and now?
Yep.